A program designed to ease worker shortages on farms could put the businesses at risk of closing. It's the result of a pause on federal funding from the Department of Agriculture. 10 News reporter Lauren Davis is here to explain how the payment pause is impacting an East Tennessee farming operation. Lauren?
Robin, the USDA awarded $50 million to farms in the U.S. and Puerto Rico to support farm workers and agricultural employers. However, the payments have either been paused or not reimbursed. I spoke to a farm manager in high school who says she was counting on the money. A USDA pilot program that was meant to reimburse farms for improving food supply and address labor shortages is now up in the air.
The margins for farming are very thin, and this was a program that benefited us and our farm workers and helped to stabilize workforce long term, but it was much more money than we would have spent in a year.
Shannon Meadows of Mountain Meadows Farms says she was counting on that money.
It was also going to be the working capital going into this year, and without that, it puts our farm in a really hard position financially.
Farmers had certain requirements for workers with the promise of reimbursement through the program.
We had paid sick leave that we offered employees, and we reimbursed them at the end of the season for unused sick days. We also had a structured weekly bonus that we paid employees.
And without that money, Meadows says she's been looking for help.
We've been working with our representatives and trying to work with USDA to find out more.
She says Congressman Chuck Fleischman's office reached out to the agency on her behalf. In an email, the agency says the USDA has authorized its agencies to pay grant recipients for activities completed on or prior to January 19th, 2025.
However, when talking to our grants administrator, they had said that they had no access to those funds either.
She says she's hopeful it all works out because local farms are important. I reached out to the USDA for an answer on when the funds for these farming operations would be reimbursed. As of 5 p.m., I have not heard back. Robin?
All right, Lauren, thank you very much.